Second nature for children is in the house. Hope everyone is having a great day. Today is what they call Father's Day. Coach, how you doing? First of all, let's get things started with making sure that your day is going well on Father's Day. So how was your Father's Day before we even kick this thing off?
Uh, it was all right, man. It was all right. I'm on call, so I had a
Okay.
call earlier today, but my kids are not there. They're in California. They took their mom to California for her birthday. Her birthday is coming Tuesday, so they're
Okay.
in California. So I'm just chilling.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you was able to come in and chop it up. And as the family come into the room, make sure, family, that you go subscribe, hit that thumbs up, and share this information that we're getting ready to bring on to you tonight. And tonight we're going to talk about have the black man let the black community down. Have the black man let the black community down. Second Nature for Children main focus is the youth children, but definitely we focus on people of color because I want to see us as a people liberated. I wanted to see us set free mentally. And a lot of issues that I see that's going on in the black community. Well, I've been serving the black community for over 3 decades. And so I'm giving you my experience from being in that community and my observation from watching and observing, and from myself coming from what they would call back in the day the ghetto, Bankhead Courts right here in Atlanta, Georgia, coming off of Bankhead. So I'm right in the heart of it. And so I definitely understand where our children are because I was that child. And so I want to make sure that our children are doing well. And as they become adults, that they live a more healthy and productive life. But like I said, today is Father's Day, and I want to ask you this right here, Coach, before we get started, because I thought about this right here. Did we have children, a lot of us, not just you or me, I'm just talking about as a whole, as a community. Do you, because this is going to be another subject, another topic for another time, it just came to me. Do you think that on a higher scale, that a lot of us had children at a very young age and was not ready for the responsibility of it? What you think about that? When you think about what they say, the low income or the black community, when I sit down and think about it, I see where even myself as a teen and a lot of other guys that I grew up with and young ladies that I grew up with had children at a
Mhm.
very young age. And we was not, I definitely was not ready for that responsibility. What you think about that, Coach?
I think that's the truth. I mean, from speaking for myself, sure, I had kids at a pretty young age. I wasn't even at me 21, I had a kid on the way, so I knew I wasn't ready. You know what I mean? But
Okay,
I make it do what it do. You
okay.
know, I mean, no one gives you a blueprint. There's no such thing as blueprint for parenthood. You know, you do what you know is best. You know, sometimes you get it right, sometimes you don't. But
Absolutely.
life keep going on, so you got to just pick up and keep moving. You know what I mean? But yeah,
Absolutely.
to
Absolutely.
some degree, yeah, that's an issue, you know. But that is life. I mean, I don't think anyone planned that way. We know what
Okay.
we're doing, the possibility, you know what I mean? Pregnancy can rise, but that's the last thing we're thinking about
Right.
until that time arrives. And they were like, man, okay. Some of us, you know, we do what we have to do. Some of us like, hey man, that ain't me, you know, and keep moving on, you know. But
Okay.
yeah, that definitely is an issue, you
Okay.
know.
We definitely gonna come back. That just came to mind, coaching. So I just had to throw that out there because, like I say, from my experience and my observation, I see that it still happens a lot. And during my time, it was happening a lot where we were having children at a very young age. So we'll chop that up a little later. So listen, family, if you would like to be a guest, if you have a topic dealing with the Black community, all you have to do is hit me up, snfchildren@gmail.com, and we'll make it happen. If you want to speak on anything dealing with the mind, the body, or the soul, all you have to do is hit me up and we will make it happen. Now, starting August, what I would say is that first week in August, Coach, what we're going to do, we're going to have a challenge. And it's for anyone who would like to be a part of it, because if you go back and look at the other video that I just shot, where I done one reason that Blacks fail, one reason, I just did one reason that Black, I didn't say the only reason, but I gave one reason from my observation that Blacks fail. It's because of discipline. Because of discipline. Okay. And so starting the first week in August, and we're going to do it each month, that first week in each month, we're going to take a challenge where for 7 days, that first week in each month, whatever you've been struggling with, whatever you may have something in mind that you say you was going to get started, it could be weight loss, it can be an adventure you wanted to, but whatever your challenge is, starting the 1st of August for 7 days, I want my family to begin to take that challenge. And let's see that the things that you've been procrastinating about, that you can light fire to it and keep it going. You understand what I'm saying? I think one of the things, I think one of the things that has happened with us as a people of color, that we're not challenging ourselves anymore, and we're not being held accountable, because I run into and I interact with too many people that start and stop, may not get back started again. They got great ideas, they got good intentions, but they don't understand how to grab a hold to it and keep it going. And a lot of times that comes from learning how to set the mind. And a lot of them don't know how to set the mind. So we're going to take that challenge starting the first week in August. And then we'll have we'll have them to tune in. They can shoot a comment, shoot me an email, let me know how things going. Because the biggest challenge is going to be, and I'm telling them right now, for whatever it is that they want to do, it's going to start right here. So we got to get that mind right. So I just want to throw that out there. And from time to time from now, I was going to start the first week in July. But I already know when July the 4th comes, we're going to I already know what we're doing. So that's, Coach, I already know what we're doing. So, hey, the challenge we need to start, I already know what so that's why I said we'll start the first week in August. Let me let everybody get through the summer, get your mind right, and then we'll get ready to kick this thing off, man, and make sure that people of color, that we're going to another level in our lives. Okay, Coach, we're going to get right to it right now. I got all that out the way. Family, Facebook friends, make sure you go over to YouTube, subscribe. Listen, Coach, this information we put out and the other videos that I put out, especially solutions for Blacks, the one that I did about the connection between life and the universe. Family, these are facts. You got to make sure that you go back and look at those videos and see what's going on, because I promise you and I guarantee you that dealing with these solutions and the connection between life and the universe is dealing with your life. Facts, either your life or someone you know that's very close to you, and you need to share this information with them. And make sure that you subscribe and hit that thumbs up. And family, let's go. So, Coach, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna sit back for a second or two and let you just give your perspective. And I'm gonna answer it. Have the Black man let the Black community down? It's a very broad, it's broad, so we can go a lot of different places. So I'm gonna let you give your perspective on where you're going with that topic and that question.
Well, when I look at it, man, what I see, just my opinion, to some degree you can say that, right? Black man's let the black community down. You can definitely say to some degree, but you can also say vice versa. To some degree, the community's let the black man down.
Mm.
I mean, if you look at history, you can put out MLK, you can put out Malcolm X, but individuals that put their life on the line, literally put their life on the line, you know, the community wasn't behind them. You know what I mean? Whether it's financially, whatever, the community was not behind at first. Now we romanticize the whole thing, you know what I mean? But before, the community was never behind them. You had certain individuals who had influence and money and kind of financed the movement, so to speak, but the community was not really behind them, you know? And that's first and foremost. Secondly, if someone is lacking in any area, that individual, it's hard for them to give you, you know, a great part of themselves when they're already lacking. They got their own personal demons they might be dealing with, you know, their own family, own responsibility. And it's hard for you to ask that person to push that aside, you know, and stand first and foremost for the community, knowing fully well there's no safety net or anything, you know what I mean, to sustain that person. Because if you go out there far enough, you know, they come at you guns blazing. They cut off your financial, you know, stream. You know what I mean? If you had a job, you know, you ain't got it no more. You know what I'm saying? They rarely come at you. Last but not least, they take you up out of here. So the average individual, knowing that with history, I don't think a person would want to, you know what I mean, put themselves out there like that, knowing what they know.
Okay.
You know, and if there's a leader out there now who's, you know, moving in that way, representing the community, the intention at first might be great. But once you get large, you know, they tend to, I would say, do a little deal.
Yeah.
You know, to be relevant, and to be the so-called Black leader. But really and truly, they're not. Okay. You know what I mean? Yeah. But that's how I see it, you know. That's how I see it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I definitely see it, and I definitely agree that from that perspective, you definitely can look at it that way. Further as the community letting the Black man down, but I think when it deals with the community letting the Black man down, and we'll do that too, because that sounds good, and we're gonna have to connect that system. We're gonna have to connect that system to that too. But we'll do that one a little later too. You got some good points right there. So I would take a group. When I say have the Black man let the Black community down, I come from this angle. First, I'm gonna answer it, and I would say yes. I would say yes. I would say yes. The Black man has let the Black community down. Now, but I'm taking not that Black man that's in the community. Low income is what they call it. We dealing with the low income community, because right where you and I are working with children right now, right next door, there's a complex where since Thanksgiving, it's been 13 shootings, 8 hit, 5 dead. Now that's just 13 from November to now that's been recorded. But it's been many more shootings. Someone may just didn't get shot, or the police just probably wasn't called on that incident. But almost every night where we are working right now, there are shootings in that community. So I'm not going to take, per se, that group that's in there, but the ones I'm going to do is this right here, Coach. There is a group of men who are doing okay. Okay? There's a group of men. There's a group of men who are doing okay. There's a group of men who come from a low-income community. So I want to focus on that group right there that has got a job or went to the service, did their time, retired, maybe now have a good job that they got when they was younger and worked it out until retirement. That's the group that I'm saying yes, that they are letting the Black community down because they have moved away and they're not coming back to do anything to help. Now, here we go. I've had the conversation where men has told me, man, ain't that you could do with them boys over there? Them boys. You know, I've had that conversation, ain't that you could do with them boys over them boys? So I'm with you. If you're scared, it's okay. So what you need to do if you're scared, if you see that second nature is not scared, then let's support that organization because they are willing to go into those communities and help those children. So if I'm not willing to at least go back in and walk with him or go to the complex where he's working with those children, at least let me support financially to keep that organization pushing forward if I'm scared to go in. Because every Monday from 6 to 7:30, you can meet me at CT Martin Auditorium. Every Thursday from 6 to 7:30, you can meet me at CT Auditorium if you want to be a part of making a difference in our young boys' lives. And if you want to go see the work that we're doing, snfchildren.org. So I would definitely say, have the Black man let the Black community down, taking that group of men that I'm talking about, because now I've targeted in on a specific group where I hear a lot of them discussing and debating about a lot of things. We good for talking, but when it comes to action or doing something to make a difference, they're definitely letting that community down. So, well, coach, well, what we need to do, because like I told you, I ain't going in there with you. Don't worry about it. Support Second Nature for Children. We bring children in. I have children in coming in from those communities where you can say, well, I tell you what, I don't want to go in that complex over there, coach, but I do have this I can share with the youth. I do have that. Let me be a part. Let me come back and be a part of helping these young men. And then one of the things we have to do is we have to make sure that we catch them at a very young age. You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm going to tell you, me being in the youth prison, working with those kids, facts, a lot of them that has gotten to adolescent or to become a teen, it's just a lot of them we have lost because they dealing with so much trauma and they don't want to listen to no one. So it's a lot of kids that I've dealt with, that I'm dealing with, that I'm like, hey, I just got to let you go. I'm trying, but you're not working with me. And I have too many other kids that's really trying to come out of this stink that they're in. So there is a lot of young kids that it's like, I can't even, you too far gone. You need some extra help. So in my opinion, from my observation and my experience and knowing Negroes that I went to school with, that I've known all my life, that I've run into, they're not doing anything to make a difference in the Black community. So I was targeting and focusing on a specific group of guys that are doing okay, that's not doing anything to come back and give to the community. What you think about that?
Okay, let me ask you this, because I'm pretty sure this is a question that someone out of that group might ask.
Okay.
Are they responsible to
are
help? Yeah, I mean, and if they are, what are the reasons that make them responsible to help? I mean, I'm just, playing I don't want to,
Absolutely.
I don't like to say that, but devil's advocate, but okay.
Absolutely.
They might be saying, look, man, by the skin of my teeth, I got out, my food got out, so I ain't looking back. Okay. Now, what are the reasons you feel they should consider that would, make them, well, maybe I should do what you think they should do? I mean, what reasons?
All right. By you asking me that right there, I'm gonna deal now because I've literally had that question posed to me. Okay. And I've had
Oh,
it posed, yeah, yeah. And I've had it posed to me where I got a guy right now at the gym that I don't have much conversation with because he made it very clear that what you just said, he got his, he ain't worrying about them. He gonna make sure his little girl is good and he don't care whether they make it or not. So I'm gonna deal with that one first. That's not my responsibility. Okay. Okay. So let's deal with that one first. What you're not thinking about and what I was trying to convey over to him was this right here. Your little girl got to live in this world and in this society with them.
True.
If you're not thinking, it can be that little boy or that little girl that you didn't help that could kill your daughter.
True.
It can be that little boy or that little girl that you didn't help that your daughter want to imitate or be like.
True.
See, now when you begin to think like that, that's very selfish. Now you're showing no compassion. You understand? It goes deeper because if you don't do nothing, that could be the one who hurt you.
That's true.
That's where we are right now. You understand? That's where we are right now. So I'm through dealing with him. That one that say that's not my responsibility. That's this and that. My little girl is my responsibility. But let me tell you something. If you don't show compassion and try to do something to make a difference, you got to think about your child could run into one of them.
So do you explain that to him? Do you break that down to him?
Absolutely.
What was his response?
Nothing. Well, I showed him to you in the gym one day. Come in with a little girl all the time. He was just, well, I'm just gonna look out for my daughter. He was kind of stunned because I came back. But that's a conversation that literally happened. Okay? So you got to think about that while you're saying it's not your responsibility, it's not this and that. If you got a child, and then if you don't have a child, then you still have to look at it by you not helping him and you going in and out. It still could be the one who robbed you, the one that you could have helped.
I got you.
Are you with me with that one?
Yeah, I got you.
Now let's do this other Negro, the one that goes to church. Because I've had the one that go to church to tell me that too. The Jesus one. Now, how in the world you telling me that it's not your responsibility and you supposed to be Christ-like, where you have surrendered your life, where giving and serving to help humanity and suffer the little children to come unto you, for you to tell me like that. That's why I have no respect for a high percentage of the Negroes in the church, because they're doing nothing that even the Bible tells them to do.
Okay.
Right? So by you asking me that question, I've dealt with those two different groups. And that's how I broke that down to them. And then it's like this right here. For someone to tell you that that's not my responsibility, it'll show you, coach, one of the reasons that we're in the bind that we are in. So I'm gonna be very honest with you. I don't even want that Negro around me. You
I
understand what
think
I'm
a lot,
saying?
yeah, I got you, but I think a lot of people feel that way. They might not voice it, but I think they feel that way because actions speak louder than words. So, what reason can you have for not helping? I mean, it's very few, and it got to be one of those. You know what I
Absolutely,
mean? So
absolutely,
it's very few. So,
and that's definitely, like I say, in the black community, us as a people, they got us so. And when I say they, I'm talking about it's broad. We talking about history. We talking about I can finally got mine, so they got to get theirs. They have divided us. This system has
yeah.
divided us so much and so bad to, like I said, that's why I took that specific group of guys that has done okay in life, that has done okay. A lot of them feel like they have made it. But when you sit back and you look at how our children are suffering, and then you tell me that you have made it. So we let the Europeans come in where it takes a village. We let them come in, but people of color, it takes all of us as well for our community to strive. You understand what I'm saying?
I got you.
So one thing I've found out, especially people of color, I found this out. We don't have much compassion. If it's for us or our home, then we good. But when it comes to the next man or that next family or that next person or that someone else who needs help, a lot of times we won't even show the compassion to help them, coach. Coach, let me tell you something. As a people, coach, we're messed up.
I can agree with that.
We got so much drama that's going on from our history that has come into our generation, and it's just been generation after generation after generation to the point where a lot of us like to feel like we're better than someone else just because we have obtained a little more.
More, yeah.
You understand? And I'm gonna tell you, within the three areas that I teach in, dealing with the mind, the body, and the soul, I want the Negro to tell me, how do you think you're better than anyone else when you look at those three areas? And as a people, we lead the suffering in all three areas. And we think that we're doing well, and we're not doing well at all.
But if you're looking at them a collective standpoint, you're correct. But you talking about individuals who are looking at it from an individual standpoint.
Mhm.
You know, even though they might have a little, that's not a whole lot because tomorrow that can be gone. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But they're not looking at it from a collective. They're looking at an individual standpoint. You
And
know,
and it's so sad that it have to take something devastating to open their eyes to see that that little you got is nothing. And like you just
true.
stated,
True.
that could be gone tomorrow. So I
Tomorrow,
just want
yeah.
you to see the mindset of our people that when we get just a little something, we think we get made it, but it's just an illusion. That mess don't mean nothing until you go back to help your people. And that's what I'm trying to get my people to understand. We got to help each other. Because that little mess you got, it means nothing. And especially, I see you with little mess, but you overweight, you're not doing well physically, you're not doing well mentally, you're not doing well spiritually. You think just because you're going to obtain a little something that you're doing well, I see you. No, I see you. You're not doing well at all. But they got us messed up. They got us to the point where when we was little ourselves, we didn't have much. To now, we got a little something, like you said, as an individual, and a lot of us can forget where we come from.
And speaking of which, do you think we still have a community? I mean, I just asking that because on the surface you can say, or you can refer to it as the Black community, but as you look deeper, man, I don't think we have a community. You
You
know,
know,
we have, uh, I guess you can say, common hue, so to speak, mental, and okay, fine, we got that. But other than that, you got pockets, individuals, you got societies, you got, all of that, organizations. But as a community collective, man,
yeah,
we don't have that.
yeah, and I understand, especially when you speaking on how a community should be ran and how a
Right, yeah,
community
yeah,
should come together. So
yeah.
on that, no, we do not. No, we do not. So when I say the Black community, I'm just talking about that place where they have just put us, where we're just in that place, the
Right.
majority of us,
I
and the
got
quote unquote the low income. But further, as you talking about that community, where this should be the head and that should be this and this should be that and that should be a structure that no, absolutely not,
you.
absolutely not, coach, absolutely not. So I just wanted to make sure we come on today, man. And I thank you so much. We got about 5 minutes left, coach. Gather your thoughts. I'm gonna let you close it out. And I've had such once again a great day with you. This time with you, I've had a great day myself as a father, and I hope all the fathers, like I said, had a great day and finally got those socks or those gloves that they've been getting each year. Getting those
The
socks and gloves.
ties.
You know what I'm saying? Getting it once again.
Yeah.
At least you can wear that other pair out for a year or so. You know, at least you got a new pair to start. So I want to thank you again, always, coach, for coming in. Family, I want to make sure that you subscribe. Make sure you share this information. And it's time for us as a people to go to another level. Men, it's time for us to do better. Stop being selfish. Men, it's time for us to do better and stop being selfish. And if you want to do something to help with second nature for children and help the youth, you can hit me up personally at snfchildren@gmail.com. Family, if you have a topic or something you would like to discuss dealing with the Black community, the door is open. That email is the same. If you want to talk on dealing with the mind, the body, the soul, that email is the same. If you need my help and you're struggling with your physical fitness, the door is open. If you need to know how to set your mind for success in any area, the door is open. If you need to holler at me about your spiritual, nothing to do with religion, but first, number one, learning how to love yourself first. Learn, I'm gonna say that again. When it comes to your soul, learning how to love yourself first. So, coach, I'm gonna let you close it out. I'm gonna leave it right there. And oh, don't forget about August, the first week in August, we're gonna start our challenge. So make sure you start thinking about what you're gonna sacrifice for 7 days so we can begin to work on that discipline. And I promise you, if you begin to work on your discipline to start it out, we got to start somewhere. I promise you, family, it'll take your life to another level. I promise you that. Do it. Coach?
By and large, man, we're in perilous times right now because of that same individual mindset. Hopefully it can change, but like I've been saying, man, you know, it takes something tragic, something abnormal, you know what I mean, something out the ordinary to happen to force us. We're not gonna do that willingly, just in my opinion. You know, we have to be forced to do that. That's a shame. You know what I mean? But like I always say, man, it's working yourself, self-improvement. Um, try to be a better version that you were the day before, you know, or the year before. And hopefully as you help yourself, you can find in your heart to, you know, help somebody else, you know, as you go along, you know. I mean, that's about it.
Well, that's it, Coach. Coach, that's a mouthful right there. And I'm gonna give you that last word. That's a powerful, powerful ending. And I hope that people take heed to that, use that, and move forward. So, Coach, until the next time we come together, family, make sure once again you go subscribe, share this information, hit that thumbs up, and let's come together as a people and move forward. And, Coach, until the next time, much love. Take care.
All right, same here, man. All right, take care.